love these kids. A dream come true. They made me a real teacher, and I invested in them with my whole heart. They rewarded me with so much enthusiasm and joy. I love teaching you about building bridges and popcorn reading and the number of the day and sneaky leprechauns. And do you remember the last day of school? We all sat on the carpet and we cried. I got more than a few parent phone calls asking what the heck I'd done to you guys that day. But we all knew something special was coming to an end. So thank you for this really incredible full circle moment just for me. I'm really deeply touched and honored to be able to teach the best class in the world one final lesson. Tonight's all about achievement, and you're up on this stage because you earned it. Everyone is here bursting with pride because of what you've accomplished, and I hope you're feeling the satisfaction of a job well done, feeling pretty good about yourselves too. When you were in my class, I would try not to tell you that I was proud of you, but ask if you were proud of yourselves, and I hope you are, and that's how it should be. Accomplishments should be celebrated, but on a night that's all about achievement, I'm going to suggest that maybe it isn't everything. So some of you know my story, but I'm going to try to give you the cliff notes so that I can share an important lesson that it's taught me. When Mr. Simon Pittman asked me to do this, I was not at all sure what I was going to say. Well, first I cried, because that's what I do. But then I thought, what am I going to tell them? I'm not exactly the inspiring example of maximized potential that seems a better fit for a graduation speech. But here we go, I'll try anyway. I actually don't remember a time when I didn't want to be a teacher. I was always an achiever. I got really good grades in school. By middle school, I knew where I wanted to go to university. I knew the attendance requirements, and I knew how many people, or how competitive it was. I graduated with honors. I was accepted into the program that so many people told me not to attempt. I completed 2 degrees at the top of my class. I got high recommendations and praise before I was hired here in Warner. I was happily married in the house of my dreams, and most importantly, I was finally your teacher. There was a whole lot of achieving happening. I worked hard to become the person and have the life that I wanted. In the game of life, I was winning, and then suddenly the game changed. In my 3rd year teaching, at 27 years old, I started having some really strange headaches. I was often dizzy and lightheaded, and I was throwing up most mornings. My husband and I had been trying to have a baby for quite a while at that point, so I was actually quite happy to be experiencing those symptoms. But there was no baby, and the symptoms stayed. They got gradually worse until I found it really difficult to walk. My doctor had ordered tests and made referrals, but when he saw me try to walk out of his office one day, he stopped me and the plan changed. He told me to go right to the ER, and he was calling ahead to have me rushed in, and I had a brain tumor. It was big, and it was stopping the flow of fluid between my brain and my spinal cord. We were sent right to Calgary, where I had emergency brain surgery. In an instant, my life now revolved around doctors, appointments, and tests, and I was told that I have von Hippel-Lindau disease. It's a rare genetic disease that I'd mutated all on my own that causes tumor growth, some benign, some malignant, in certain parts of the body. I got myself a long list of specialists, one for every place that BHL likes to grow tumors. Returning to my classroom after that brain surgery was much more difficult than I expected, but again, I was an achiever. I pushed through the pain and exhaustion and eventually was able to return to my full-time role, even though it was more difficult than before. My husband and I weren't going to let some little diagnosis stop us from building a family, so we quickly turned to adoption and welcomed our son a year after that surgery. So I was achieving my way back to the life I'd built, but then it happened again. When my son was 5 months old, I was still on maternity leave. I started to feel some familiar symptoms. And this time they increased rapidly, just as we expected. I had grown another brain tumor and was rushed into a second emergency surgery. Recovery was harder. I spent time at an inpatient rehab, learning how to walk again and do basic tasks like lifting my baby out of his crib and folding laundry. I battled my way back to the classroom again. Being able to teach was always the goal, this time in kindergarten. And honestly, it was physical torture, but I loved teaching and I loved those kids so much that it made it worth it. So just as I felt like I was finding a doable balance, there was more bad news. This time, 2 tumors wrapped around my spinal cord, allowing them to grow further meant paralysis, so surgery was a pretty obvious choice. I woke up from that surgery unable to feel from the waist down and experiencing searing pain in my back and my arms because of the nerves that had been moved during surgery. And I've felt that numbness and that pain every second of every minute since. But I was an achiever. I tried and I tried and I tried. I couldn't have tried harder. I went back to the inpatient rehab to learn to walk again. I kept asking for more time and hoping for some kind of breakthrough, but I never made it back to my classroom. So just as I was starting to realize that I needed to come to terms with no longer being a teacher, I was hit with the devastating blow. I had pancreatic cancer. So despite my ridiculously thorough schedule of tests and monitoring, a large tumor and innumerable smaller tumors had taken over my pancreas and metastasized into my liver. So after much discussion among panels of surgeons and specialists, I was scheduled for a really massive procedure. The surgery will only be done if the alternative is that you are going to die immediately, because the repercussions are pretty massive. But because I was in my early 30s with a 3-year-old, the doctors agreed to do it. I had my pancreas, spleen, gallbladder, duodenum, common bile duct, part of my stomach, and small intestines removed. And that was over 2 years ago, and I'm just picking up my head now from the day-to-day survival of recovery. Managing this broken body and trying to do the work of the organs that I'm missing is a full-time job. It's the most challenging, inconsistent, painful, frustrating job that I can imagine. And this was the final, decisive nail in the coffin of my teaching career. So beyond the pain and limited abilities that I struggle with daily, I still have metastatic cancer in my liver. I have kidney cancer, a tumor that's trying its best to rid me of my left eye, and the promise of even more manifestations of VHL in my future. In so many ways, this is not at all the life that I had imagined and had set out to achieve. Okay, so let's all take a moment and feel bad for me, because basically that sucks. But now we can move on, because I do have a point. What do you think happens when you have someone who's built her entire life and identity around what she's achieved and what she can do, and you take away her ability to do it? Let me tell you, it's not pretty. I struggled with many realities of my new life, but the question that I kept coming back to was, who am I now? I was the one that people asked to get things done. I'm really good in a crisis. I was the helper, the saver, and I seem to have found myself as the one needing help. All day, every day, I need help. There's no way that I can achieve my way out of this one. As hard as I've tried for years, there's no amount of effort or hard work or positive attitude that's going to change my situation. I simply cannot do anymore. And it's been devastating, because what I thought made me valuable and what I took pride in were all things that I had achieved. But out of sort of this torture, an important realization started to emerge, that I am more than what I can do. I'm a person of value because of who I am, not because of my achievements. A few years ago, if someone had asked me who I am, I would have said Mrs. Matt. But Mrs. Matt is an achievement. Mrs. Matt isn't who I am. I'm a daughter, a sister, a wife, a mother. I'm a good friend. I'm kind and intuitive and intelligent, compassionate and creative. What I'm trying to do is plant a little seed in your hearts and minds during this time of achievement and celebration of success to remember that you, who you are, is actually much more than all of this. You are more than what you can do. I want you to know your value and your identity regardless of all of this. Of course, I want you to go out and pursue big goals and passions and work hard and earn success and even sometimes fall flat on your face. We can't all succeed all the time. That's the importance, the beauty of knowing who you are, where you came from, and your intrinsic worth apart from all of your achievements. Because you can succeed or fail or have things taken from you, and that's okay, because it doesn't change that you are precious regardless. So know that now, because it can never be taken away from you. No failure, no illness, no loss can touch it. Who you are matters more than what you can do. Today's achievement's incredible, it's life-changing, but it doesn't make you who you are. When I think back on our years together, I don't remember who had the neatest printing. Okay, it was Zoe. Or who was the fastest at math facts. What I remember is seeing kindness being shown. I remember displays of generosity and true friendship and persistence and work ethic. I remember seeing sincere compassion and support in the face of deep grief. I remember your pure joy, resilience, and sense of humor, your faith, your values, your heart. Where you come from, that's what's going to make you who you are. So go out and do your thing, take risks, reach high, succeed or fail, because regardless of what you achieve and how your story plays out, you are precious, unique, and valuable. And that will never change. My forever grade 3s, we are all so proud of you and love you very much.